Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Superpole 22. It's time for the Czech Republic round, it's time for round 6, it's time for Most. So starting in 11th place, we've got a good chance of a decent result today, but we've got to have the good start, and away we go then for the red lights are disappearing. So into power setting 3, of course, upshifting as much as we possibly can, and now going to go firm on the brakes into the innocuous turn 1. We went around the outside of quite a few riders there. Do we have a chance to sneak up on the inside of Locatelli? It's going to be close. Leading on to the Yamaha. We do actually move up to 4th position, so up by 7 positions already. That is brilliant. Now, we'll spoil the results in a way, and well, not really the results, but I'm going to spoil something for you, and that is that I don't think I'm going to be able to stick with these guys. In the practice, in the qualifying, I did everything I possibly could, and the best I could muster up was 11th. The 120% difficulty AI is no joke, as you know, so I'm just going to continue to push as much as we can. But now I've lost that position to Locatelli, I need to take it back quickly rather than losing any more time. But into turn 13, this is where I'm struggling the most, as I'm going to lose a little bit of time to Locatelli, and now even more time to the riders ahead. So breaking into 15, Jonathan Ray's wide there as Jonathan Ray pushes past Lekowona to regain 2nd position. Toprak got the dream start he wanted. He's been quiet this season, so we definitely need to see a good performance from Toprak sooner or later, otherwise his championship lead, or at least championship standing, will be in vain. So now braking pretty firm for the right hand side for turn 20. Keep it in as much as you can. Upshift into 2nd, line the bike up straight, and then bring it in nice and tight for the right hander of turn 21. Now, since this last video, which was in Donington Park, we have upgraded the power of the Kawasaki, and it's more so noticeable here than it has been in any other track, so I'm pretty impressed with the improvement we've got with the Kawasaki. So, a little bit more, a few more improvements, and we shouldn't have a Donington Park repeat at any point. If you didn't see the results for that one, then unfortunately I will tell you them now. It was a disaster. We didn't score a single point. We've got to do better than that here in Most. Now for the sector, I could only take a red sector time in, and that is that first one. Doing alright with the change of directions and going firm on the brakes for turn 1 seems to be our wheelhouse, but for the rest of the track, those braking on angles is where I struggle in Superpole 22. So unfortunately, I'm going to lose a lot of time here to Locatelli, to Lekowona, and Jonathan Ray, and Toprak, of course, ahead. Looks to be like Toprak is pulling away ever so slightly from the Kawasaki, so it also means we won't be the top Kawasaki here today. But independent teams, we're certainly up the top there. But Xavi Vierge, aggressive move into 15. Didn't really feel the need for that. That was a lot of contact without much need for it. So unfortunately, we've lost not 1 but 2 positions after Xavi Vierge give us the big bump that moved us out of the way of turn 15. Now, we're certainly not going to just give up. So I'm going to try and get on the brakes here and go into the right-hand side for turn 20 and try and pursue Bautista and Xavi Vierge. Of course, Bautista was on an absolute roll in Donington Park. He dominated all 3 races. One race won by 67 thousandths of a second, but still, he was absolutely lethal. So now going to go firm on the brakes into turn 1, braking roughly around where that pit lane wall ends there. So we now go into turn 1 quite aggressively, and then the change of direction. I'm going to lose a bit of time here. Too tight of an apex there, and it's then hard to bring on the power. But I tell you what, we actually closed in a little bit to Bautista ahead of us. 0.6 of a second is the gap to the man on board the factory Ducati, the Aruba IT Ducati, of course, as we now go to the left-hand side for 6. Change direction for turn 7. Nice and tight to the apex. Almost too tight there, as we did clip it and begin to slip and slide on the track. But Michael Ruben Rinaldi, 2.5 of a second behind us. My interest lies with the riders behind me, because I can't catch the guys ahead. They're too fast, they're too difficult. I don't think I'm going to be able to pursue them. So into the right-hander for turn 13. Try and line the bike up now to escape the corner without too much attacking from behind. Ruben Rinaldi, 0.2 of a second he is behind as we go close to the apex for 15. And we now close it back in. So 1 second is the gap to Bautista. Less than a tenth it is to Michael Ruben Rinaldi. It's going to be a massive job, this. This is going to be defending now for the next 5 laps. This is going to be really tough. And we still have to drop the fuel at some point to try and save on it. But Locatelli right now is getting pursued. He's getting not pursued, he's getting hounded. Bautista's there. Xavi Vierge was fast as anything on board that Honda. He really wants to chase down Locatelli. So across the line for us, it's a 1:34.71, so about 0.6 of a second slower than Top Rack's fastest lap time, which is not the worst lap time, but it's certainly not my best. I think getting into the 129.7s was enough for me to take 11th. The 128, I think, or 129 flat it was for Top Rack was just unbeatable. So I had to do best with the 11th. But breaking into turn 6 and now change direction again for 7. Very tight to the apex once more. But that gap has stabilised at 1 second. So either Locatelli is slowing them down or we are getting quicker. Either or is fine by me. As long as Michael Rinaldi doesn't have a lunge, I'm pretty confident in where we are right now. So Team Pedicini Kawasaki will be pleased with the performance of us right now. Top 7, I would definitely take. All of this time we're spending here in race 1 trying to improve the bike, trying to get the feeling for it, the braking and the stability will help us tremendously in the Superpole race in just a moment's time. So of course guys, if you are enjoying the content so far, be sure to hit the like button and also consider subscribing for a lot more content just like this one. I've got the rest of the season still to do, and I've got a lot more content in general anyway, including live streams as well. So now into turn 20. Oh, quick flick of the analog stick there. Felt like I was going to touch the rumble strip, and out of all the tracks, the curbs here in Most are the worst ones to pick or to run across, should I say. Do not touch them if you can. Do avoid them as much as you possibly can. But that's another lap into the 130. It's a 139, so it's not the best, but it's still in the 130, so we've got to be happy with that one. But 1.8 is the gap to Bautista. It's going to go over 2 seconds. There it is. And we are now 5 seconds behind Top Rack Razgat Lioglu, who is leading this Grand Prix. So now breaking into turn 6. Michael Ruben Rinaldi. We don't even know what the gap is anymore, because we don't even care about what the gap is anymore, because Ruben Rinaldi is right there at the bottom of my screen as we go a little bit deep for 10. Rinaldi with that really tight apex. We're going to try and pick up the bike and go round the outside. Thank goodness he had a wheelie there, because we had no chance of stopping him getting past then. That was the best we could have done. But into 13, pretty quick through there this time around, getting more confidence with that 13th corner. Of course, 13 being unlucky for many, seems to be unlucky for me here in Most. But now for the right-hand side, I have to definitely consider dropping the fuel. Drop it to power setting 2 at this point of the stage of the race could be very difficult. Maybe I'll leave on to, I don't know, maybe I'll hang on a little bit longer, but for now, just a 1/10 of a second separates us, and my biggest fear is that it's not just Rinaldi behind, and I don't dare to look, I really don't. But I suspect that it's not just going to be Rinaldi, it's going to be Lowe's, it's going to be Mercado, it's going to be Cyrene, it's going to be Reddin, it's going to be Vandermark, it's going to be so many riders. But coming out to the final corner here, gesticulation from Ruben Rinaldi, and look at the Kawasaki! Bloody hell, that improvement on the engine has done a massive, massive wonders there for us. But I'm going to get a little bit out of shape as we got tight to the apex for turn 1. We regain the position of 7th place. My goodness, I was not expecting the Kawasaki to do so well there. Now, something to mention as well, which I think I basically just neglected to say, but we did choose the SC1 and the SC0 tyre for this Grand Prix. Now, the last time we chose the SC0 in a race format was in Donington Park Race 1, and that ended in a disaster. So we'll see if this one's going to be the same, but for now it looks pretty positive, although we do run it deep, and I think that has just cost us a tremendous amount of time. Ruben Rinaldi takes over 7th, Alex Lowe's pinches 8th, and now we are back on the back foot trying to pursue Lowe's and Rinaldi. I just don't think I can compete with these guys. They are just too good. Even with the slipstream, I just don't think I can contend with them. Into the right for 15. I'm running it deep. I prefer that tighter apex. That's what I was able to do within the qualifying session. But I think that's it. That could be it. And there is Tati Mercado. That familiar yellow helmet from the Argentinian. He wants to get involved. But great exit speed there on board the Kawasaki. Using the slipstream with the double effect there from Rinaldi and Lowe's as the Kawasaki is pursuing the other Kawasaki. Now the Ducati into 7th. This could be great for Alex Lowe's to get a slipstream, and it couldn't be too bad for us as well, providing we get a good exit. I don't think we really got it there. Dropping into power setting 2. I've got to save a bit of fuel, but we'll go firm on the anchors here for turn 1, sliding the rear in as much as we possibly can, as I'm going to try and change direction. Can we get Lowe's? That was going to be very brave if we could sneak it up inside the Kawasaki. Always looking to get ahead of the factory Kawasaki. It's always something we want to do. But we'll now go firm on the anchors once again for the penultimate lap, and I don't think it's going to happen. Running it deep into 6 has cost us. running into turn 7, into turn 8 now. It's slowly just slipping through our fingers here. A top 10 finish, so I can't be mad at that. I really can't. It's better than nothing. It's been 3 races without a single point. Think about this. 3 races on the trot of... for goodness sake, Scott Reddy now gets through into 13, but we had 3 wins in a row with Mazzano. We had 4 podiums in a row from Estoril going into Mazzano. I think it might have been 5. It could very well be 5 podiums in a row. I think it was. And now we had 3 DNFs, or at least 3 no-point finishes in Donington Park. This could be a tremendous result for us. Get that confidence back, get the feeling back, and just feel happy on board the Kawasaki again. Felt pretty good in the qualifying, but in the free practice session, oh my goodness, the bike went then. It absolutely went then. If I didn't move the controller that quickly, then I think I would have gone. It was a quick flick and just praying that it wouldn't crash there. I really don't want to give up these points. It's not much, but in the sense of the championship and my slim title hopes were still going to be very slim regardless, it just gives us a bit more hope and confidence. So I'm just hoping we can hang on and try and just keep the 10th position. A top 10 finish is never bad. We're still setting relatively decent lap times. It's not great, but it's not the worst. At least it would have been if we hadn't had that massive moment a moment ago. But now into turn 7, we get the change of direction for 8, change of direction for turn 9. Oh, careful on the rumble strip there, very careful. As we now go to the right-hand side and touch the apex. Oh, it's a disaster. The 4th race in a row without a single point. We've got to do better than this. This is falling apart. Oh, so we're so far behind now. I think, guys, that's going to be it for us in this particular race. So let's check out the results. So Toprak Razgatlioglu wins the race, just 9/10 of a second clear from Jonathan Ray, and just shy of 3 seconds clear from Ika Lekamona. The man on board the Honda is looking very promising this season, but the Yamaha Toprak is that much better for this race. So now we look at the Superpole session, waiting for the red lights to go out and away they go. Can we get a good start here from 11th place? We did well in race 1, but this time with the SCQ rear tyre, we've got to absolutely go for it. Gung-ho style, just how we like it. So braking firm into turn 1, quick change of direction going into turn 3, excuse me, turn 2. Oh, massive contact there. Charlie Vieja gets nudged wide, and we do take 4th place again. So that's, count them, 2 7-position improvements in a row. Good stuff from the man on board the Kawasaki right now. Pretty pleased with that one. But now power setting 3 will be used for the majority of this one. I'm going to have to try and drop it down at some point. Hopefully not at an inopportune time. But if we can just keep the slipstream to Lekamona and Ray, we might have a chance of holding on for a chance at either 4th place or, better still, a podium. Podium would be fantastic because that would set us up beautifully for a great start in the second race. So we're certainly going to see what we can produce here. But now braking firm into turn 15, keeping it nice and tight as you can, and we'll get the change direction here for 16. Now something I want to mention is the AI struggles here into turn 17. It's the one spot we can really take advantage. If they clip the apex there, they do run it a little bit deep. Looks like this time around it didn't really happen, but it's something to pay attention to for the next couple of laps. If they make that mistake and we're still there, we could have the slipstream down the back straight, and that is what's very important to us right now. My Kawasaki is built for all power. The package we chose in the winter testing was all power, and now the upgrades have just been all power based. There's a couple of frame upgrades in there, but without any electronic upgrades, it's all power. So that's what I'm trying to do here, and get close enough to these guys with the upgrading in power, because it has made a big difference. I can feel like I'm not losing so much time in some of the straights, but in the braking zones, somewhat of a different story. So braking firm into turn 5 now, keep it in nice and tight if we can. Oh, Lekamona just touches the apex there. Seen his elbow just bounce up off the rumble strip. So be careful for the man on board the Honda. But if he does come off, we're in the best possible position. Top independent rider right now, and would be a podium finish for us. And that is exactly the momentum that we need. So to the left we'll go for 12, turn 13, the most difficult corner for me at least, is getting this one right, and we've got it wrong again. Got to brake a little bit earlier there, I think, and then let the bike move into it itself. So now braking into turn 15. Another corner I don't feel particularly confident in. I feel confident, then I don't. Felt really good in the qualifying and the practice sessions, but in the races I'm overthinking it a bit too much, and that's what happens when you start to struggle. You start to have mistakes, you start to lose momentum, you start to lose confidence, and things get difficult, especially when you start overthinking in certain corners. That's the worst possible thing you can think of. So now into the right-hander for turn 21. Keep it in nice and tight as we will begin the penultimate lap. Now, for the past 2 races, we've had a lockout for the victors. Obviously, us, we took all 3 victories in Mazzano. Alvaro Bautista took all victories in Donington Park, and now Toprak Razgatlioglu is looking like to take at least a double here in Most. And that's one criticism I will have with the AI, is I don't see many overtakes. So I could really do with them getting into some sort of battle here, or at least one of them crashing. It's wrong to wish another rider to crash, but I'm quite desperate for a podium here, but that is a mistake going into turn 7. Xavi Vierge will take over the position, and I'm going to try... Oh, didn't mean to bump him there, goodness me. Bumping him has been the worst mistake we could have made there. Bautista takes over 6th, Locatelli takes over 5th, and now it's down to us to try and fight back going into the right hand. So braking firm for turn 13. Nice up the inside. Whoa! Whoa! Massive contact! Absolutely monumental contact into the side of Alvaro Bautista. We're getting all sort of out of shape here, as we're going to try and calm things down a little bit. As we'll break into turn 16. Just whoa! I knew I was quick going into 13, but I didn't think I was quicker than the AI, at least by that much, as we get caught in the rumble strip again. Goodness me. Alright, calm down. Oh, calm down. That certainly frustrated me, that one. Didn't really mean to bump Alvaro Bautista so much there. That was a lunge and a half, wasn't it? It didn't feel like I was going to make too much contact, but wow, when it really hit him, I really hit him. Sorry, Alvaro, I don't think he's going to be very pleased with me, and he's right behind me on this particular lap. So, starting the final lap of the Superpole race, we'll go firm on the brakes for turn 1, and now I'm expecting a very miffed Alvaro Bautista. I don't know when he's going to go for it, but I should expect him to make a lunge at some point. His Ducati is obviously extremely quick, and, well, he is really quick anyway, so we need to be on our best game right now. To defend against Bautista is going to be very difficult. We're going to just try it. Of course, we'll always will, but for the man from Telvera is going to push us, so we'll see what happens. But a 6th place finish would be very positive for me. I would really be happy with that, so let's try and defend as much as we can. So into 13 we'll go. Pretty solid this time around. No contact made with the Ducati man behind. Braking firm now for the right hand side for 15. This is where I'm expecting him to be, because I'm struggling here. I'm weak into this corner. Bautista tries to get... Oh, I'm stuck in the rumble strip. Oh, more contact against Bautista. He will be livid. Oh, he is not going to like that at all. He really isn't. What is it with Kawasaki's and bumping Alvaro Bautista? He is going to be dischuffed, to say the least. Ooh, that was aggressive. That was aggressive indeed. I got caught in the rumble strip there. Michael Ruben Rinaldi to take over for his teammate. He will be pleased with that one. Power setting 2 for us as we now go power setting 3 to try and retake him on the line. Okay, Ruben Rinaldi's got a bit more speed than we have across the line. Ah, not quite, but it's... Alvaro Bautista didn't like that one at all. Finishes in 13th. So Toprak takes the victory ahead of Jonathan Ray, and Ika Lecuona finishes in 3rd place. But most importantly now for us, we'll be starting the second race in 7th position. So here we go then, guys, starting from 7th position from the 3rd row. We will now bring on the power, and away we go. My concern was just getting into 2nd row. That's where I wanted to be, but into 7th is alright. But can we get some more positions up on the right hand side here? Braking firm, going into turn 1. Can we dive at the inside of Jonathan Ray with a change of direction? We can indeed. The first time we beckon to podium. Oh, not quite, really blew it there. But we're still right on Jonathan Ray. We've got to go for here. If we get it past him, we've got a good chance of getting on the podium. It's all about defending. If they get... Oh, God, more contact there with Jonathan Ray as we slip up on the inside, sliding onto the rumble strip. Oh, up on the inside we go now, and we have taken 3rd place. So, let's be honest. We can't chase the guys in front, but what we can do is defend like mad to keep the position. That is exactly what we're going to do now for this entire race. 8 laps of pure defending against Jonathan Ray, Xavi Vierge, Locatelli, Michael Ruben Rinaldi, and probably Tati Mercado in there as well. But no messing around this time. Ooh, Lecuona went wide there into into turn 15. Must have made a contact there with Razgatioglu. He's looking a bit out of shape himself as he goes tight to the apex. Oh, I mentioned this earlier that the AI can sometimes struggle there. He has done this time around, and we might have a chance to take over the Honda's position. So onto the brakes we'll go then for the right-hand side, keeping it in as tight as we can for 20. I think Toprak has already done this one. I think he's ready to clock out and move over to the Mazzano test, which is coming very, very soon. But bringing on the power with Power Setting 3 with his new upgraded Kawasaki, using the slipstream. Can we have a lunge into turn 1? It takes a brave man. Are we up on the inside? We are, but can we get it stuck? Oh, we're going to make it. Oh, we're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. I'm caught on the rumble strip. Oh, massive contact. Oh, Lecuona's not going to be happy with that one. Oh, my, I must confess, this has not been my cleanest Grand Prix weekend, has it? It really hasn't. Alvaro Bautista's been battered and bruised. We've bumped into riders, they've bumped into us. But then again, the AI is ruthless in this game. Remember Jonathan Ray absolutely barrel rolling into me in Aston? Then all of the AI can appreciate that my frustrations lie with him and all of the AI. So yeah, I'm going to just fight back as much as I can because I'm desperate for a podium. It feels like it's been too long. It's been 3 Grand Prix in a row, or 4 Grand Prix in a row actually, without a win, without a podium, without a single point. Never mind, I guess it's all going to go down to this then. Lecuona and Ray getting ahead of us now into turn 16 for the change of direction for 17. Lecuona's made a mistake. Jonathan Ray went slower as well. We might have a chance here. They've gifted us a chance of retaking the podium position. We'll go firm on the brakes, but I can't get close enough to Lecuona into turn 20. But all is not lost yet. We know we're quick now going into the right-hand side here for turn 21. Keep it in nice and tight. Bring on the power and avoid that rumble strip as much as you can. That's fine. That works for me. Into the second lap, or excuse me, third lap. We do get the position, but can we outbrake Lecuona again? Ooh, Sharp didn't take a breath as we force our way through into turn 1 into turn 2. We've retaken the podium position for second place. That was a bloody brave move, and Lecuona, I guess that's aggressive, but it's the only way I can beat the AI in this game. Going for a normal lunge doesn't really work in this one. They just don't let you through. They don't give you any space, so you kind of do have to sort of barge your way through. So hey, it is what it is. And of course guys, if you're enjoying this so far, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe, because this is not easy. This is really not easy to be fighting with the AI at this difficulty level. They are no joke, I'm telling you. It's so tough, but I'm loving it. I love the battle. It's brilliant, but I'm caught on the rumble strip again. Turn 15 could be yielding a position loss for us, but we'll now go into the right-hand side. There is the Honda, that beautiful livery on board the CBR, but we'll hold on to the position for just a little bit longer. Into the right-hand side for 17. We run it deep and then try and bring on the power. Gap stays stagnant at 1/10 of a second. Is Lecuona going to be close enough for turn 20? Not yet. Goes the Spaniard. Iker Lecuona, is he? Oh, he's there on the right-hand side, the man on board the Kawasaki. Oh, no, the Honda is just giving me jip here. Doesn't want to lose the position on the podium. Don't forget, Lecuona is in a chance of leading the championship after this one, due to Alvaro Bautista not scoring as much points. So there's a lot at stake for the Valencian-born man as we make a mess of the turn 1 there. Goodness me, that wasn't ideal, but as I mentioned, the Valencia-born and bred Iker Lecuona, he wants this, and to win his championship in his first season with the Honda that's not won a championship in God knows when, that would be bloody impressive. But I'm kind of here to spoil the fun, because my goal is to win the championship, so we'll see what happens. But now, breaking firm into turn 9, this beautiful change of direction here. We must keep away from the apex of the 9th corner, because, yeah, we know what happened in race 1, and we don't want any replication of that, do we? No, we do not. It's a rhetorical question, don't answer it. So breaking firm into turn 13, then keeping into the right-hand side, keeping into the right side. Go. Don't want to get caught on the rumble strip there again either. So breaking firm once again, 15 this time around, underneath the bridge. Oh, Iker Lecuona's there. The Honda's squeezing the Kawasaki out the way, but we still hold on to this position yet again. Oh, Lecuona again fancies a lunge. And now look who's behind him. Teammate to Iker Lecuona, Xavi Vierge, former Moto2 rider, is here, and he is here to do battle with the Honda. So, oh, goodness me. And again we lose the front into turn 20. We had the same thing in the Superpole session, and yet again it's happened once again. But we are fighting tooth and nail for this podium right now. And somehow we're still hanging on. It's a 1:31.190 for us. That's our fastest lap of the race so far for us, and the fastest lap of the weekend. Maybe we did better in the Superpole session, I'm not entirely sure. But in the Superpole race, we might have improved it. But of course, for the qualifying itself, we definitely improved because we had the SCQ and a clear bit of track. So now firm on the brakes, we'll go for turn 6. Small chance to catch our breath. 0.3 of a second is the gap to Lecuona. The gap at the front, forget about it. Look at Top Rack, he's so far away from us right now. This is the perfect Yamaha track, it really is. Tight, twisty sections with nice long corners. It's beautiful for Top Rack and the Yamaha. And I tell you who it's not beautiful for, Alvaro Bautista. Where is he? This time around, we weren't the ones to knock him off the track and to give him some massive contact. But he's not there. Ruben Rinaldi is the top Ducati man in 6th place, and that's the only Ducati, but never mind about the Ducatis. The Honda's through. Iker Lecuona takes over 2nd place. Gesticulation coming in from Grant here as we now go to the right-hand side for 17. Is he going to slow down for turn 18? Not quite. This is going to take a lot of effort now to get past him. Can we have a lunge? I just don't have the confidence for turn 20 lunge. I'm not Top Rack Razgatioglu, I'm really not. I'd love to have a lunge there, but it's just not happening. So we'll just try on the acceleration. The Kawasaki power, please. We need it now more than ever, but we also need to pay attention to the fuel. Drop it to power setting 2. We set the fast lap of the race for ourselves once again, but firm on the anchors. Up on the inside comes us again. Are we too wide? Oh, we hold it on. Oh, we make a mess of it. Oh, it's awful. Oh, it's absolutely awful. We did give the position back to Lecuona, so technically that counts as dropping the position. We did get the track limit warning as well, but you could argue that we shouldn't have had that one. But look at us outbraking Lecuona! Whoa! I did not think that was going to stick. Oh, wow. That might have been the best move I've done in Superbike 22. Anything to hold on to this podium. We cannot afford to let them get through and start churning out the lap times. If that happens, forget about the podium. It's not going to come our way. What an effort. And I've just realised we are 1.2 seconds slower than Top Rack Razgatioglu's fastest lap. And something else to mention is we get more contact into turn 15. Look at the graphic on the left hand side of your screen. We are effectively holding up every... What happened to Lecuona then? Did Lecuona make a big mistake? I don't dare to look behind me, but we are holding up every single rider behind us there. There's a very small gap now because of Lecuona's small mistake. But we are holding them all up. If we let any of them get past, they're just going to take absolute advantage of us. We have to be on our best game right now. And that's... you can tell what difficulty we're on because look how many riders there are behind us. All chomping at the bit. We set the fast lap of the session for us. 1:37.98 goes the man on the screen right now. That's not a bad lap time, but we were fortunate to pull away from Lecuona ever so briefly. Look at that gap. Top Rack Razgatioglu is dominating this Grand Prix right now, and we are in battle with almost every rider on the grid. They are all waiting, just queuing up for a chance to pop at the 28-year-old man on board the Kawasaki. Oh, and Lecuona gives us a bump up the rear. Gesticulation once again. Wish he'd focus on their racing and just keep his hands on the handlebars. But on this penultimate lap, literally anything can happen right now. 8.5 seconds it is to Top Rack. Who cares about that? Lecuona takes advantage. Lecuona goes into 13 and we struggle there every time. Lecuona takes over and now it's down to us to fight back once again. Lecuona leads into turn 2. Well, not leads the race, but leads this podium battle. Cannot afford to drop the power again. Lecuona, he touches the apex. That's exactly what I was mentioning earlier. If they touch the apex there, they give us a chance. They shouldn't give us a chance because I'm going to fight back here. Do we have the confidence in turn 20? For the first time, a lunge into turn 20. We hold him off. Brilliant. Looking like Top Rack after all. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I'm giving it everything. And after all of that, we're only going to lose 0.2 in our fastest lap. Incredible. Absolutely incredible scenes here in Most. And I am giving 100% of effort here. I'm just giving it everything. Hands are shaking. I'm getting nervous now because this podium means so much to me. After crashing out and making a mockery of Donington Park, this would mean the world to me. Got to get this podium. We've got to get not just the podium, but the second place. We've fought tooth and nail for this. We deserve this more than anyone else on this track right now. Quite clearly we are struggling in so many areas, and whether it's the bike or it's just me getting used to the game, I don't know, but it's not a good combination regardless. But into turn 10 we've gone wide. No! No! Fight back, no wheelies! Power setting 3 is back up again. Turn 13, could we be looking at a move? It's not going to be close enough, is it? Into turn 13 it is! Oh, we caught the rumble strip, no! Oh, we just hung on. Well, that's 2 overtakes that I would never have attempted otherwise. Unbelievable. Turn 20 was the overtake of the season for me. Absolutely love that one, and that 13 one meant a lot in the sense of this position. If Lecona touches the rumble strip there, we've got this one sorted. Oh, he didn't. It's a 1/10 of a second gap. It's down to this. We're almost out of fuel, guys and gals. We're down to power setting 2. Top Rat comes out of the final corner now. He will be a treble victor here in Most. We're defending against Lecona, who fancies the lunge on the right-hand side. Surely, power setting 2 to the line. We're going to have to change to power setting 3. Touch the rumble strip. Give it the power. Get across the line. And it's a podium. We're back. Kawasaki's back. And we are back on the podium. So, guys, how about that one? Unbelievable. Teammate Leon Haslam gets points as well in 15th place. But Top Right wins ahead of Grant and ahead of Lecona. But look at that graphic. Look at the timings there. They are all within a second or two. That's because we were holding up so many bloody riders. Absolutely unbelievable, guys. So look at the round results. We do actually claim 23 points there. So we are in 7th place for the overall round. Jonathan Rain second, joint second with Ika Lecona, and Top Rack takes the maximum points here in Most. So look at the championship standings, and as I mentioned earlier, Ika Lecona does indeed take the top spot of the championship for now. Championship lead for Lecona, 5 points behind is Alvaro Bautista, and we are trailing by 53 points. So we'll look at the Constructors' Championship, and look how well that's concertined up. Ducati leading by the thin margin of 6 points ahead of Honda, 8 points ahead of Kawasaki, and just 10 ahead of Yamaha. So guys, another part firme for us, but this time around in 2nd place. I'm very, very pleased with that one. I cannot describe it to you after the disaster in Donington. Pretty bad result in race 1. Superpole session was good, but this time we get on the podium in a thrilling fight. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below. If you want to see more videos just like this, be sure to subscribe because I've got so much more content like this one and many, many more. So guys, thanks for watching, and I guess I'll see you in the next video. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.